Hi, good evening. I'd like to welcome you to Poem Praise 2, and peace and blessings be upon you and your family this evening. Now, we are going to get right back into the information that I received from the seminar on January the 4th. Now, I'm going to give credit to where it's due. This information research was published in the Final Calls newspaper, December the 4th, 2019. So for take two of hurting, hunting Black girls and women, it reads as such. She and other advocates stress females trapped in the life are victims which have spawned a movement to change laws and end the prosecution of these victims, especially children, for prostitution. There are also efforts to strengthen punishment of customers, or Johns, pimps, who may be male or female, and combat legalization of prostitution. Female runaways are often labeled as fast or loose, noted Miss Cleveland. But she said the girls were often seeking some kind of help and devalued by their community. Such dysfunction left girls vulnerable to someone selling false hope and who ended up exploiting them. She explained, I tell parents, regardless of the child that you raise, when they get around a manipulator such as this, they can change your child in 3 days to something you never met, warned Miss Cleveland. If girls say something strange or suddenly change, parents and loved ones need to act quickly and find out what's happening, Miss Cleveland said. Then there is the ugly online dimension to the problem. Social media plays a critical role, commented Army Hicks, a filmmaker based in Atlanta who wrote and produced the film Circuit, which explores human trafficking. Mr. Hicks was inspired to make his film because of work his sister did helping survivors of human and sex trafficking. He listened to their stories while working on the film. Women are increasingly being lured online with false promises of lives of luxury, love, and security, he said. Predators can easily message and connect with vulnerable young girls on social media and dating apps. These same girls, whether going on a date or casting call for a movie, can end up captives and drugged to force their compliance if seduction doesn't work. And the sellers or abuser of girls and women are often boyfriends and family members, not strangers. Our team was granted interviews with various women who had been sold into modern day slavery as young girls by their own families or by men who they thought loved them and wanted to build a relationship with them. Mr. Hicks explained. They shared their heartbreaking stories, providing a glimpse into the very dark and dirty world of human trafficking that we needed in order to know that this was a much needed film. As a father, son, and brother of black women, this scared the hell out of me. Mr. Cleveland said the increase in sex trafficking is also tied to the so-called gang culture, with some shifting from illicit drug dealings to prostituting young girls. African American men who have been caught with drugs before have found out that it's easier to get a little girl from school and flip the value on her over and over again, said Miss Cleveland. It's not like they have to hide a commodity or they have to go and get it. The human commodity is more accessible and they make more money. Since traffickers are looking for vulnerable victims, they may recruit girls from foster homes or group homes or target women who are already in jail using online records about sentencing and release dates. They may send money to women who are incarcerated and romance them. Once the women are released, traffickers may offer drugs and a place to stay. In the end, they push the women into sex work to repay their debts, sometimes under threat of violence. They may also literally lock women into rooms or houses. $1 billion industry. Human trafficking or modern slavery affects some 40.3 million people worldwide. That means for every 1,000 people, nearly 6 are victims of human trafficking. Nearly 5 million people endure forced sexual exploitation. And as the International Labor Organization reports, some 99 billion is made, while only 19% of victims of human trafficking are sexually exploited. The money generated represents 66% of the global human trafficking profit. Every woman forced into sex trafficking generates approximately $100,000 annually. Those persons trafficked for non-sexual purposes generate around $22,000 a year. Domestic minor sex trafficking is the commercial sexual exploitation of children within U.S. borders. Congress, in the Federal Trafficking Victims Protection Act, has made sex trafficking of a minor crime. Federal laws make it a crime when a person recruits, entices, harbors, transports, provides, obtains, advertises, maintains, patronizes, or solicits by any means a minor for the purpose of a commercial sex act. When considering the crime of domestic minor sex trafficking under the TVPA, the victim's age is a critical issue. There is no requirement to prove that force, fraud, or coercion was used to secure the victim's actions if the victim is a minor. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, 1 in 7 endangered runaways reported to the NCMEC in 2018 were likely child sex trafficking victims, said the Protected Innocence Challenge, which does an annual report on domestic child sex trafficking. And this does complete the 10 minutes of information for you here on Poem Praise 2. So stay tuned for take number 3, and we'll continue in the hurting, hunting, Black girls and women. So until then, I want for you to be well, take care, be blessed, and it be at thy will. I'll talk with you soon here on Poem Praise 2. So till next time, later y'all.